Good evening, welcome again to my channel. Much appreciated you taking the time out to check me out again. And I want to thank the recent ones who recently subscribed to my channel to help me grow it. It is so much appreciated. As promised today, I meant to do on the weekend, work commitments and etc came in the way. But I want to finalise the 3-part video I was making about the Strat Bonanza. And these are the 2 guitars what's going to end the show, this series on the 3-part series of the Strat Bonanza. Right, the first contender today I'll be talking about and playing is my it's my version, poor man's version of a custom shop guitar. Now this is made by Vintage, it's called the Vintage V6 Icon, made by JSA, okay, and all the hardware appointments is done by Trevor Wilkinson's. So it's got all the Trevor Wilkinson's hardware on it, like the tuners. It's got a new bone nut, and it's got the Wilkinson pickups, and it's got a humbucker Wilkinson pickup in wear with nickel cover plates, as well as the bridge and the pop in and out treble arm, 5-way selector switch, 1 master volumes and 2 tones, so you can control the bridge tone with the rare tune on it. As you can see, it's an Icon series, so this one is heavily distressed. I know it's not everyone's bag, but it's one of those guitars where you don't have to worry about putting blemishes here and there. It's a working man's tool. It's meant to kind of mimic years of on the road, but it just meant it's basically, it's about to enhance the experience. Some people say it's fancy, maybe it is, but it's it's good. It's got American organ body. This is the early ones. You can tell the early ones to the later ones because the headsocks are slightly smaller, and they're made popular. I've been told that bodies are popular, but these ones are American order. It's very light, it's just over £7, and I like this guitar. This guitar, I didn't do the work on it. It was already done by a semi-pro player. All it's got on the fretboard, it's got 22 medium jumbo frets, rosewood, not pale furrow or the alternatives. It's got real rosewood fingerboard on this, okay, medium jumbo 22 frets. It's been rounded. All the edges of the fretboard has been rolled, so it's got that lovely plain feel, very, very comfortable neck. It's a medium C profile neck, so it's very slim, so most people will find it very, very comfortable, okay. You can see the back of the neck is slightly aged, see that, as well as the tuners, clues and styles. It's got the EZ locking systems on the tuning posts. It's staggered, you can see that, it's staggered, so it doesn't require any string trees, so it's really friction free, lovely to play, plays like butter, and it's got the advantage of having a humbucker in the rear, so if you just wanted to take one guitar to a gig, this will be it, okay. The second one, what I'll be demonstrating today is my wild card. It's a early 2000 Fender Squier Strat. Nothing fancy. It's got sort of the tuning pegs with Squier on the back, and the back of it's got the Squier. Okay, I took the actual plate off at the back, the covering on the back. It's aged a bit. This belonged to a friend of mine. She used to hang out with me, with her sister, and we used to have a few lessons. And she decided to give it up, but she didn't want to give it to anybody, so she phoned me up and said, look, I'd rather you have it than give it to anyone else. I said, no problem at all. So when I got it, what I had to do with this, the fret was in bad condition, had pits and scars and stuff like that, so to literally literally level the frets on this, get all the pits and stuff, do the edges on it, and set it up. I literally, you know, the claw at the back, I put it as far as possible because I wanted to make it really look like a hardtail. I didn't want to use a tremolo. I'm going to get a block or a piece of, basically you can use a rubber, and it stops the actual trem from floating. I've basically put it right down to the body so you can see. Okay, but what I liked about this was really, I remember her and her mother went out and I came with her to buy this, her first Strat, her first electric guitar, and she chose this one from new, I think I think it was 2008 or something like that. But it's aged, it's kind of gone off white a bit, but I like that, you know. It's got a couple of battle scars, nothing too serious. One there, see that? But I like it, but this is a cheap guitar, so I literally kind of done the fretboard round the edges slightly, make it as playable as possible, adjust the pickup heights on it, okay? It's got the small pots on it, it hasn't got nothing special on it, but I'm going to show you just by the feel of it, and the setup makes a world of difference. And today I'll be using, I've got two PVs, got three actually, got PV Bandit, but I've got for the last few videos I was using the Val King 112, but today I'll be using the PV Classic 30 with vintage voice replacement speakers, tube amplifier, okay? And in terms of pedals, I'll be using my graphic equalizer to kind of manipulate the tone I want, and the pedal I'll be using today is the Marshall Blues Breaker Marshall pedal. That's it really, okay? So most of the tones, I'll be adjusting the tones and the volume, whatever, but that's it really, okay? What I'm going to do, the format is just going to take, I'm just going to get it over with. I'm just going to play with a backing track, both guitars, using the selector tones from the 5 selector tones on them. I'll start with the most expensive one. This is my version of now it's got a company called Richard Guitars. It's got a pro shop where you can get these guitars. You can buy them with a pro shop setup, stripped right down, cellulose lacquer, nitro finish. You know, the actual setup is professionally done. You get a certificate and everything. They're sort of ranging about 800 to over £1,000. But you know, I paid. I'll tell you what I paid for this. I got it on eBay a few years ago. I paid £200, I think, 210 or something like that. Or was it less? But it's in the ballpark back of that. But to me, you know, it's got all the full-size pots. It's got all Wilkinson's hardware, rosewood fingerboard. It's been rolled. It's been done by a professional. What can I say? I'm going to use this first of all, backing track, swap them over, and then you know, I'll just have a quick discussion of what you thought about it and any comments you'd like to add. But this is the grand finale, okay, of the Strat Bonanza. Right. Okay, that's that one. Okay, now I'll just swap over to the budget friendly standard Fender Squire. Okay, that's it really. Just turn that thing off. Okay. So there you have it. Two guitars of the same Strat type. One's a Squire, designed by Fender, and one's a vintage Icon with all top quality hardware on it. I heard the difference, but one of the things that you have to bear in mind when you probably think, well, I prefer that cheap Squire sounded better than the actual vintage, or vice versa. But one of the most important factors, which you can't experience unless you've got one for yourself, is the actual feel of the guitar. This one is, I wouldn't say light years away because I set it up myself and roll the edges, but this is a much better guitar. This is pro level without a doubt. All the edges are on the frets is rolled, the fingerboard is rolled, the setup is perfect, there's no friction on it, good sustain, it's got the flexibility of having the Gibson in the bridge, not Gibson, I've got Gibson on the brain, humbucker actually on the bridge, excellent. But having said that, this is really set up very well. One of the things, the secret which because I used to like really low actions, but okay, it's horses for courses, but with Fenders, you have to raise them, keep them low, but you want it high because you want the strings to ring. I find up for Gibson type guitars, for my own personal reasons, but these are harder to play for me. These are harder because it takes much more thought, because the playability is not so smooth. As a safe example, that sort of a Gibson kind of P90 thing I had, and and the Gibson Les Paul I had, it's totally different because it could be fairly low, and it is the way it's designed. But Strats, they need to the actual. It's no good having them too low. And another secret I found is that the actual pickups, it helps if it's very, very low. Don't have them too high. Try experiment with it. So I done all that. I sort of adjusted the height of the pickups, not to spec, by ear. It's got to sound good. These pickups on the vintage, they're all balanced. It's not a problem. Yeah. This I had to fettle it. But this didn't sound bad. You must admit. But the only thing that you wouldn't experience, apart from your hearing, is the feel. And this one wins hands down. Okay. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that very short video. I hope it's short anyway. The next one I can't wait to kind of do is the Harley Benton special against the Gibson special. I was convinced that was it when I basically bought the actual Harley Benton special TV yellow, until I got the Gibson. That's another story. I want to really pit those against each other, and I'm going to be totally brutally honest. I'm not going to sort of yes, I said the actual Gibson special tribute is my favourite. Yeah, I'll say it's definitely one of my favourites without a doubt. But I'm going to sort of tell you warts and all. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to put rose speckled sunglasses on and tell you how wonderful it is. I'm not. I'm going to literally tell you, just like I've done that sort of a comparison my Gibson against the Harley Benton SC550 too. I was brutally honest with it in terms of fit and finish and stuff. That I'm going to do the same with that. So with that, I'll say ta-ra for now. Look out for that up and coming video between the Gibson special and the Harley Benton special to see, for example, who would win that battle or who comes out on top. Or, for example, it'd be an interesting comparison, which I can't wait to do. Anyway, I'll say a good evening to you all, and hope to see you all very, very soon in my next video. Thanks again for, if you like what you see, and if you like what you see, you may consider to subscribe to my channel, because I intend to grow it, okay, as much as I can, all right? Ta-ra for now.